Salutations from Wizard Studios. I am the Wizard. We have a lot to get into today. Joseph Benavidez is down. Deiveson Figueiredo is the new flyweight champion. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, like I said, Joseph Benavidez, he's gone, man. I mean, Deiveson Figueiredo mopped the floor with him, and I know it doesn't sound good to say it like that, but I mean, how else can I describe it, okay? Joseph Benavidez is a legend. He's been around forever, 14 years to be exact. He's fought for multiple world titles, numerous times, okay? He's done good in most of those occasions, but for the past 2 times, he's been finished. This last time, it was atrocious, and I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's how it was. And you know what? For as long as he lasted, it was hard to watch because we love Joe B so much, and so from bell to bell, it was him, you know, getting pounded on. And Deiveson Figueiredo is a lot bigger than him, so it wasn't like they were small shots. So Joseph Benavidez, you know, he went in there, he tried, he failed. But you know what? Sometimes in life you fail, and it's how you pick yourself up after those big fails to really tell if you're meant to be in this sport or not. He's talking like he's going to retire. You know, maybe it's time to retire. You know, he's fought, like I said, for the title a few times. He's come up short a few times. Maybe he is not the best. And sometimes, you know, it hurts when that is the case. And, you know, Joseph Benavidez, like everybody knows, is a good guy. But this is about Deiveson Figueiredo. And, man, did he look good. Every single time he touched Joseph Benavidez with a good shot, he went down. And it's just because, you know, Deiveson Figueiredo might be the hardest hitter that's ever graced that weight class. That dude packs real power. It's like he's hitting those guys, you know, like he's a 45er. I mean, it really is, because every single time that he landed on Joe B went down. And it's because that dude has got real power. I mean, and when he choked him out, it was like watching a bear strangle a frog. I mean, it was not pretty. That was the first time that Joe B was submitted, and you know what? It was because he was fighting a better fighter. I mean, that dude is good. I want to see who's next. They were talking Askarov. Dude, that dude will absolutely murder that guy. You really think Askarov's going to stand a chance against Deiveson Figueiredo? I mean, really? After what he just did to Joseph Benavidez, you think Askarov is going to beat him? I just don't see how. Next up, we have Jack Hermansen versus Kelvin Gastelum. Look, Jack Hermansen goes for a takedown. Kelvin Gastelum winds up on top. And you know what? It doesn't matter where you are on the ground with Jack Hermansen. That dude is a strangler. What do stranglers do? They strangle you. He grabbed a hold of Kelvin's heel, and he snatched it up, and he took it home with him. People are like, you know, that was a bad performance by Gastelum. I can't believe he got caught in that. A real bad showing by Gastelum. Gastelum is not elite. This proves Gastelum isn't elite. What are y'all talking about? He got caught in a heel hook by a guy that's a better grappler than him. He thought he was safe. Bad move. It doesn't matter where you are on the ground with Jack Hermansen. The dude is a strangler. People gotta stop sleeping on this guy. If you were on the ground with him, you are not safe. He almost submitted Jacare Souza. Okay? I mean, need I say more? Alright, now I want to talk about the Askarov fight versus the Alexander Pantoja, because I talked like I was crapping on Askarov because I was like, you know, this guy can't beat Deiveson Figueiredo, and I believe he can't, okay? But let me tell you something, because I was really high on Pantoja, and Askarov absolutely throttled him. And that is the correct phrasing, because he stepped on the gas and he never once let off. And he really showed you why he is an elite flyweight. But just because you're an elite flyweight does not mean that you're the best flyweight. You can be elite, but it doesn't mean you're the best. There's a difference. Askarov is elite. He's not the best. He cannot compete with Deiveson Figueiredo. If he tries that against Deiveson Figueiredo, he's going to get met with a fist to the face. And Deiveson Figueiredo's power is much more than Pantoja. And Pantoja has real power. Deiveson Figueiredo has featherweight power. Big difference. Huge difference. Next up, we have Luna Carolina versus Ariana Lipski. These ladies got into an entanglement where Carolina was going for the calf slicer, and Lipski sees that Carolina's leg was just there, all right? And when you go for the calf slicer, you're leaving your heel there. Your knee there, right there to be knee barred. And especially in the position that they were in. And it looked, you just saw Lipski. She looked, she saw, she conquered. And it was exactly like that. She reached down and she absolutely just pulled up and just yanked for the stars. And I was really impressed because she did not hold back. And when you're in a position like that, where you have somebody trying to rip your calf off, and you see somebody's knee there, and you go, well, they're trying to rip my calf off, so I guess I'm just going to take their knee home with me. And that's exactly what she did. And the way that Carolina yelled, you knew that she took that limb home with her. So excellent job by Lipski there. And we'll see what's next with her, because that was a great win, a great submission, great finish. All right, last but not least for this card was Mark DeCasey versus Rafael Fiziev. Let me tell y'all something. Rafael Fiziev is the striking coach for Tiger Muay Thai, and you saw that in this fight. This dude, he looked like he was in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. He was absolutely, dodging everything. Mark DeCasey is a premier striker, and Fiziev was absolutely outstriking him in every which way possible. Don't get me wrong, Mark DeCasey was landing on him, but it was hard for him to land clean. Very hard. It was like he was doing Matrix moves out there, and everything he did crisp and with precision, accuracy, speed, power. It was just perfect. It was perfect. He can wrestle. He can do everything. Fiziev is for real. That's what they were saying on the broadcast, and that is the dude's slogan. Fiziev is for real. And he is in the toughest and most legit weight class in all of mixed martial arts. So we will see how real Fiziev is, because Mark DeCasey was a good opponent for him to showcase his skills. I want to see a real guy, a real contender up against this guy, because this guy is legit, seriously legit. So let's see. Let's test those skills. All right, this coming up weekend, we have another fight night. It's Darren Till versus Robert Whittaker. I'm really looking forward for this one. These guys, they're fighters. They're going to meet in the middle. They're going to throw down. Both of these guys like to stand and bang. Robert Whittaker can do it all, but he likes to strike. And so that's what I believe they're going to do. And I really want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how Robert Whittaker is going to bounce back from the Adesanya loss. I want to see if Darren Till is going to march forward and grab that middleweight title. I believe he's talented, but I want to see how talented Till is. A lot of people are really high on this guy. I don't know yet. I still need to see more. And this is the perfect opponent to test those skills. So when you're looking at this fight, you're thinking, okay, is Robert Whittaker going to be able to, use that blitz-heavy attack against Till, or is Till going to catch him on the way in? That's going to be what you need to look for in this fight, and I think he is going to be able to use that attack. I think Robert Whittaker is going to be very, very successful using that blitz-heavy attack in this fight, because I think he's faster than Till, and that's going to play a factor. But is his chin still there? That's the thing, because Darren Till has power. And if he lands on Whittaker, it could be catastrophic. And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see if Robert Whittaker can withstand the power from the gorilla. I don't know if he can anymore, man. Yoel Romero really rocked that boat. He got through that fight by the hair on his chin, dude. And he couldn't get past the next fight after that. Now he's taken a lot of time off, man. He was supposed to fight a few times since then, but we're finally here now. We're here. And we're going to see if he's fixed those problems from the Adesanya fight. He was doing good up in that Adesanya fight up until the point where he got caught. So, what's going to happen here? Has he made the adjustments in his camp with the, lengthened time off? Is he going to be able to blitz down Darren Till and send him back to London packing? Or are we going to see the young lad from Liverpool send the Reaper back to Australia with his hands in his pocket? I think we're going to see Darren Till step forward. I think Robert Whittaker, I think his chin isn't the same. Yoel Romero put a beating on him, man. And he has not recovered. This is just my opinion. This is what I believe. This is what I've seen from the evidence that I've gathered over the fights, doing the research, looking at this. I believe he's going to use that blitz-heavy attack. He's going to get caught by Darren Till. He's going to get put to sleep. And we're going to see the kid from Liverpool step forward as the bona fide #1 contender in the middleweight division. This is my prediction. All right, Mauricio Huo versus Antonio Rogerio Nogueira, Little Nog. Now, talk about a battle of the vets. This is it right here. I don't know who's going to be the faster fighter. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say it's Shogun. Little Nog, man, he's had some wars. Shogun, the Dan Hendo fights alone are just incredible. So when you look at this fight right here, it'll be lucky if these guys get out of the first round. They're going to meet in the middle and they're going to throw down. They're going to throw down. I'm going to go with Shogun. I've been a Shogun fan since day one, and I'm going to ride and die with him, man. I think he's going to go in there and get it done. I could be wrong. Like I said, this is the battle of the vets, and I think this is both of these guys' last hurrah. We'll see who wins. Here we are. Alexander Gustafsson's heavyweight debut against Fabricio Verdun. Now, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I wanted to see. Now, Alexander Gustafsson has had 2 fights with John Jones and Daniel Cormier. Both of those fights, he took those guys to the brink. I mean, he was right there to where he was almost the champion. You're talking about a guy who was really close. The closest you can get 2 times to being the light heavyweight champion. Okay, and he's fought for the title again against John Jones. We all saw he didn't make a good account of himself. Whatever. He had the fight again against Anthony Smith. Whatever. He lost. He retired. He's come back. He's back. He couldn't sit at home on the couch. He couldn't live with himself because he's a cage fighter. He belongs in there. He wants to fight. Well, here he is. He's gone up to heavyweight. What John Jones has talked about doing but hasn't done, he's doing it. I don't know if he's going to make it a good account of himself. I don't know. Do I suspect he will? Yes. Do I suspect him to win? Yes. Do I think if it gets on the ground, he's going to get submitted? Yes, of course. But do I think he has the skills to keep it from happening? Of course, I do. He has the length. He has the striking capabilities. He has the footwork. He has all of that. He can do it. But he's fighting for doom. It's a tricky fight. I'm taking Gustafsson by second round TKO. Next up, we have Carla Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez. Look, this fight right here, close one, but I'm going to take Carla Esparza by third round TKO. I think she's going to get it done with her wrestling and striking and eventually get it done, like I said, in the third round by TKO, ground and pound. Next up, we have Paul Craig versus Gastelum and Ankalaev. Now, this is a tricky fight right here. This is a tricky fight because Ankalaev is going to want to take Paul Craig down, and Paul Craig loves to work off his back in the guard. And so I think I am going to take Paul Craig by second round submission, probably off of his back by triangle or something like that. That is how I see this fight going. A lot of people, don't expect Paul Craig to work like that. And he does. I mean, he's a big guy that has a tricky guard and, yeah. Next up, we have the Brazilian Cowboy fighting Peter Sabata. I am a huge Brazilian Cowboy fan. He needs a win. I am picking the Brazilian Cowboy to go in there and get it done like I always do. So let's go with a decision win for him. And we'll see if he can go in there and get it done. All right, last but not least, we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Rise McKee. Khamzat Chimaev just submitted John Phillips in the last fight last week in the first round. He's going to be making a quick turnaround this week. He's going to be looking to do the same thing. I'm going to predict him to go in there and get it done, not in the first round this time. He's going to have to overcome a little bit of adversity this week. So we're going to see him do it in the second round this week. And if he gets this done, that'll be huge for him to get 2 UFC wins in 2 weeks. Let's see if he can do it, folks. Now, that's everything. Let's get everybody to like and subscribe for more MMA content, and we will see you guys in the next one.